Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lakeitra, and it's about time that I finally introduce myself to y'all. So, as I said, my name is Lakeitra, and my name of my channel is Midlife Alchemist because I am fully middle age. As of by the time y'all see this, I will have turned 45. And so I'm in the midst of all kinds of changes. And instead of letting life happen to me, I am going to be a change agent in my own life and create reality for myself and speak myself into existence, one word, one video, one day at a time. And I am so grateful for all of you to join me on this journey. Looking forward to our conversations, feedback, ideas, exchanges in the comments, in the DMs, and emails. But today I want to talk about what this channel is all about and get into a little bit of why I decided to do this channel, things I will cover, things I will not cover, and what you can expect from me in this channel. So let's get into it. If you see me looking off into the corner, it's because I'm looking at my notes so that I don't make this video too long and go off on a tangent. Like I said, by the time y'all see this video, I will have turned 45. Gemini gang in the house. Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Really, this channel is about what I want to talk about on this channel. Above all, there's going to be lots of things. This is not necessarily one thing. It's not a beauty channel. It's not a nail channel. It's not a lifestyle channel. Because I'm not one thing, as most of us, none of us are. And so I want to cover a lot of different topics. And to kind of backtrack a little bit, I decided to start this channel because at the time of the idea, the conception of the idea, there was a lot of things that I was missing in the beauty space. I really like beauty reviews of products that are coming out. I wanted to see more feedback on how new products would work from a brown skin, dark skin girlie's perspective, folks, those of us who are darker than a paper bag. And I didn't see a whole lot of that going on. And so that kind of spurred the idea in my head, like, oh, maybe I need to get into the beauty space and start talking about these things, right? Also, I love doing nails. That's something I've loved since high school. I got away from it as I built my career, and now I'm kind of circling back to that as my creative outlet. And what I noticed in the nail space is that there's a lot of hauls. And I don't know that I'm really into that. I do some hauls. Obviously I buy supplies. But I want to get to a place where people are actually reviewing what they're buying. And that was something that was on my mind. People are buying these things, showing off what they bought. Do they actually work? How do they actually feel about the products weeks or months down the road? What are they using them for? What are the pros and the cons? And so I wanted to see more of that for myself. And so I started thinking, oh, this is something that I need to cover on my channel. If I had a channel, I would talk about the pros and cons of what I use and I buy, why I like it, why I don't like it, that kind of thing. And also I wanted to talk about aging. Thankfully, we are in a place and time where women are starting to talk about aging a lot more and what that means for us, for our bodies, for our families, for our finances, for our relationships, our friendships. And that is happening more and more. And I love to see it. Love it. And I just wanted to throw my 2 cents out there. I think I have a little bit of a different perspective than some people because I am single. I am child-free by choice. And I also live outside the continental US. And so that brings a little bit of a different perspective, not better, not worse. It just is. I also have some health challenges like many of us do. And so that kind of shapes my perspective and it shapes how I move through the world. One of the things that you will notice on my channel is that I view all of these aspects of my life and my interests through politics. This is not one of those channels that if you wanted to be politics free and you just want to turn your brain off and just not think about anything serious, I don't know that this is going to be the channel for you. And I'll be very upfront for that. Why? Because my existence is political. As a woman, as a Black woman, as a Black American woman, as a Black American woman over 40, who also lives outside the continental US, everything about that is inherently political. I don't have the luxury of turning that off. I don't know what it's like to move through this world without thinking about politics. So I don't know how to do this channel, and I don't want to learn how to do this channel and set my politics aside. So understand that my commentary, whether it's about beauty, shopping, fashion, lifestyle, traveling, family, health, all of those things are informed and influenced by my personal politics, my political upbringing and surroundings, and that's going to filter through. You're going to hear my political thoughts. And if that's something that you don't want to hear, I completely respect it. There's plenty of channels out there, especially in the beauty and the fashion and the makeup space, who are apolitical, who don't take sides, who don't have an opinion, who try to be nice to everybody. I'm not that person. Okay. Now that we got that out the way, let's talk a little bit about what you will see on my channel. I got a fairly decent list of things that I want to cover on this channel. And I thought a lot about this because it was more, as I started putting up videos, I've been creating this channel off for a very long time because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not tech savvy. I don't know how to edit this, that, and the third. And then it was like, just do it. Create some videos. They're gonna suck. Lighting's gonna suck. The sound's gonna suck. The editing is gonna suck. Actually, the editing is non-existent for several of these videos. Do it anyway. Do it badly, perfect it later. And so that's why it's taken me so long to do this introductory video, is because I simply wanted to get in the habit of creating videos and uploading and forcing myself to be uncomfortable and learn along the way. Now that I've been putting up videos for a couple of weeks now, I think maybe almost a month, I think it was time for me to do an introductory video. And so let's talk about some of the things that I am going to cover on this channel, in case you haven't watched any of my previous videos. I am going to cover quarterly empties. That's fun for me, and it holds me accountable for using up the stuff that I buy, using up the stuff that I already have. And it also helps me review products weeks or months down the road. It's one thing to review products as you buy them. Oh, this is great. This is amazing. This is beautiful. How do you feel when the weather changes? How do you feel when you are in a rush and it may not work perfectly or may not fit perfectly? And so I think that's what quarterly empties are for me. It's kind of a check-in, an accountability check. So definitely will be doing that. And I love that for myself and for y'all, because I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Cool tone makeup. I'm a glutton for punishment because cool tone makeup can be very frustrating for us darker skin girlies, but it's also kind of fun. And it's helping me learn about color theory, which is really important, not only for makeup, but also for nails, to help me learn how to mix and match and pair colors together, make my own colors. It is also helping me with my creativity, to kind of force me to get out of my comfort zone. For those of you who are old enough, we remember cool tones from the 90s. Even the dark skinned girls were doing the cool tones, especially Stone from MAC. Yes, honey. Yes. That is one of my favorite lipsticks, by the way. And so you will see me review cool tone makeup on this channel. That obviously that's not everything that I'm going to review, but as you will see from my previous uploads and a couple of uploads that are coming soon, that is something that I think is really fun, and I will be touching on this channel. Next, books. I do want to do occasional book reviews. I will warn you now that I'm not a book talk girly. I don't follow the New York Times bestsellers. I don't follow anybody on Book Talk. I don't follow anybody on YouTube. I will be reviewing books that I read that impact me, that matter to me, that had left an impression. Most of what I read, I love Southern Gothic. I love magical realism. Think like Water for Chocolate, that along those lines. Magical realism, sci-fi, or more specifically, cli-fi or climate fiction. Love that. Cookbooks. I don't know that I'll review cookbooks on here unless y'all really want me to. Although I literally read cookbooks for fun. And then women authors throughout the African diaspora. I've been into that really heavy the last year or two. So I don't haul books ever. You're not going to see a bookshelf behind me of hundreds of books. No shade, no tea to anybody who does that. That's not me. That I don't have the space or the money or the inclination to do that. I'm a library girly. I'm a librarian by training. That's not what I do full time currently, but I am always a champion and cheerleader for public resources. And so that's what we do. We do ebooks and we do regular books from the library. I do buy some books, very rarely. I would say probably physical hard copy books, I might buy less than 5 a year. Ebooks, different story. We ain't even gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. But yes, so occasionally I will do book reviews, but that will be far few and in between unless that's something you guys really want to see from me. And if it starts to take off, then maybe I'll do it more often. Nails. Like I mentioned previously, nails are my creative outlet. Love nails, even though I'm not great at them. Eventually, as I get better at editing, I do want to start doing videos showing me doing nails. I'm not there yet. It's going to take me a minute. Please be patient with me, y'all. But right now, in the meantime, I really will be reviewing supplies and swatches if people are into that. My next nail video coming up within the next couple of weeks will be a declutter. I just moved and woo, honey. That's coming. That's definitely a thing at my house. So stay tuned for that. Ranking videos. Definitely want to get into ranking videos. I love watching them, and I think it would be fun doing them. And I'm not quite sure how that's going to pan out, but stay tuned for that because that's something that's definitely going to be a staple feature on my channel in the future. And then tag videos. I really enjoy tag videos. I know that's not everybody's jam, but I think it's really fun to watch other creators do the tag videos, and what their answers kind of get me to thinking and give me idea and get my creative juices flowing. So I won't do them a ton, but they will show up on my channel occasionally. So if that's something that you are into, definitely be on the lookout for that. So kind of sort of still thinking about some things that may or may not show up on my channel. One, travel videos. I don't travel a ton. I travel maybe a couple of times a year. I do international travel. I do my best never to come back to the US. Whole different conversation, whole different political conversations. If you want to have that conversation, we can, but I'll save that for another video. I don't have the editing skills right now. Those are very long, lengthy, intensive videos. Currently shooting with my camera. I'm not real comfortable doing that in public yet either. So at some point, I'm thinking about doing traveling video, but I'm still pondering what that actually looks like in reality. So give me your feedback if you actually want to see that or not, traveling through Europe and Asia. So cooking and food product reviews on my Facebook page, which is private. I do food reviews everywhere I have lived, everywhere I've traveled. I do food reviews. which is a lot of fun for me, especially as a post-bariatric patient. You know, for those of you we the special need kids. We the folks that get disinvited from the table because we got issues when it comes to eating. And so I love doing food reviews. I don't know that this channel is the place for that, and that might be a separate channel, but that's a maybe. Clothing and fashion. I am going through some things with my wardrobe as my body changes, my life changes, my perspective on fashion has changed and what it means to me and how I want to show up in the world. And so my closet is changing. I actually have an appointment with a fashion consultant in 2 weeks. And so I will definitely shoot a video on my thoughts on that process. And I'm still debating on whether I want to talk about fashion at all on this channel. I don't do hauls. You're not going to see a ton of clothes. I don't do thrift shopping. I have childhood trauma behind thrift stores. Listen, for those of y'all who remember thrift stores in the 80s and 90s, y'all know what I mean when I say trauma, especially if you were a fat kid. Thrift stores, thrifting, no, that wasn't the bee's knees. So all this gung-ho excitement about going thrifting, I'm just like, I ain't got it, y'all, not yet. So let me know if y'all want to hear my thoughts on fashion after 40 and what that looks like from probably a mid-range perspective. I'm not into luxury. That's a whole nother conversation that involves politics as well. We can have that discussion if y'all want to have that discussion. And I definitely want to do a video and link and shout out some of my favorite fashion YouTubers, because there are some on YouTube who are doing some amazing work separate from hauls. They do their hauls. They talk about their luxury fashion as well as their more affordable fashion. But there's also some analysis being done from a class and race and gender perspective, and they out here doing a damn thing. And so I definitely want to do a video over that as well. But I'm still thinking about what fashion looks like for me and this channel. Dupes. I'm still trying to flesh out my thoughts on that, and that's dupes not only for fashion but also for makeup. Again, there is a political component to this. Dupes don't exist in a vacuum. And I can see both sides. And so I don't want to be that wishy-washy sometimey kind of person. And so I still need to do some digging and flesh out my thoughts before I bring that in front of you guys. So that kind of ties into fashion. And I'm still kind of thinking about that. My favorite things. This could be fun, but also in some ways right now I'm kind of a boring shopper. Again, because I am post-bariatric, a lot of my favorite food things are going to be out of the norm. And so I don't know that people really want to watch that or hear about that. Could be interesting though. Fashion. Right now, I currently kind of have a uniform. This ain't it. I'm on vacation right now. I'm on my birthday vacation. So this is not my uniform, although animal print is part of the uniform. And so as my thoughts, as my fashion and style and thoughts around it evolve, I might actually get into my favorite things. I can easily do my favorite things around makeup. And so maybe that is where I need to start. And probably my favorite things around nails as well. So maybe that is where I'll kind of incorporate that into the channel and see how those videos do and where it goes from there. And then last thing, career reinvention. So this is also one of the drivers behind this channel, because again, I am post 40, I am midlife. I have been in human resources literally my entire adult life, and I am ready to transition out of it. And so what that process looks like for me, I think there needs to be more conversations around career transitioning, because a lot of the conversations that are happening now are either for boomers in retirement and why they won't exit the workforce, for a variety of reasons. Or you have the other extreme about Gen Alpha and Gen Z who can't enter the workforce. So you've got these two opposites, that conversations that are going, and then everybody in the middle who is right now hanging on for dear life. And then in the peripherals, everybody who's doing this get rich scheme scam economy that's happening as an undercurrent, because the visible economy is so trash right now. And so there are those of us who actually are trying to still navigate this, who are actually in the workforce with both feet, who have a full-time job, who had a career trajectory and a career path, and admittedly have the luxury to try to figure out what that off ramp looks like for them, whether it's continuing on to another highway or getting off to a 2-lane road, or taking the beaten path completely and wandering and meandering through the forest of life. And so I think there needs to be more conversation about that, and everybody can't escape outside the US. So I don't know that that's a viable option for the vast majority of people. And so I think there's some conversations to be had. And that was one of the drivers of this conversation, both from a professional perspective as a human resources professional, and on a personal level, knowing that I'm ready to leave this space and hand the baton to the next generation of HR practitioners, and what the future holds for me, and all of the big feelings behind this process, including grief, that I don't think we are talking about enough. Grieving what you're giving up, grieving how you see yourself, how the world sees you, changing careers and how it impacts class, not just finances. Everybody can have that conversation about finance. Nobody wants to talk about class and what that actually means in everyday life. So maybe that needs to be a separate channel, because it's kind of heavy, kind of deep, kind of emotional, kind of weighty, definitely political. So let me know what y'all think about that, whether y'all want to see this on here or not. And then finally, as I get to the end of this, y'all, thank y'all for your patience, is what you will not see on my channel. Number one, what you will not see on my channel is hygiene products. Thanks. Hate it. Won't be doing it. I think it is performative, wasteful, consumerist, bordering on classist and ableist, and a little too close to fat phobic for my comfort. And it irritates my ever loving soul that it's almost exclusively geared towards women. And unfortunately, a lot of it is Black women having these conversations. To be clear, a lot of it is driven by promo, getting free products, and so creating these routines. They're excessive. I think they're damaging to your natural biome, but also there is a racial and class and ableist component to this that a whole bunch of folks are not unpacking, that they're not even considering the historical and the current complex and how it feeds into misogyny and misogynoir. This is what I mean by this is a political channel. I won't be doing that here. Point blank, period. What I will do is link in the comments to Intellectual Media, who did a great video on hygiene and Black women. I will definitely be giving that to y'all, so y'all can kind of understand my perspective a little bit better, because she did this better than I ever will. Kudos to her. Pop culture. I don't follow trends, movies, music enough to have an informed opinion about things. My musical taste is worldwide. In terms of movies, I prefer documentaries, foreign films. If I watch something popular, it's because I'm bored. It's because I need background noise as I'm doing a set of nails. It's not because I actually care about it. I do like anime, but again, I'm not an anime head. I don't remember names. I don't follow storylines. Again, it's just something to entertain me. Although, was it Castlevania, that's my shit on Netflix. And also, was it Blue-Eyed Warrior? That's not the correct name, but also that's on Netflix, and I can't wait till the next season come out. Yes, honey, yes. So you're not gonna see that on this channel. That's just not my jam. Hauls, I've already covered this. I don't do hauls. I don't stock up enough. I live outside the continental US. Shipping is hella expensive. It takes forever. My body is changing. Shout out to the perimenopausal and the menopausal girlies. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so there's hauls are pointless. Absolutely pointless. You won't see that on my channel. If you see anything that looks like a haul, it's probably because I ordered some stuff. I stocked up on some things and they all came in at a fairly close together time, or I saved them up to review them all at once. But normally when I do purchase things, it's onesies and twosies, and they're not worth making a video about unless it's something that I'm just truly over the moon about. Work. For security reasons and my personal peace of mind, because some of y'all are nutbags, I will not be discussing my current job in detail. I will definitely allude to it in future videos, but the internet is full of crazies. I don't need nobody showing up at my job. I don't need nobody trying to contact my boss or my coworkers because they disagree with something I've said, or they want more information, or people want me to put them on. Oh, you work in HR. Can you hook me up? Can you give me a job? Yeah, we won't be doing that. And finally, what I won't be talking about is men. I'm a divestment girly. So, and I mean that as in fixating over men and males and dating and why they are the way they are and why they move the way that they do. Especially when those things are talked about in isolation from the socio-political context in which we operate, in which they are steeped in. The misogyny, the patriarchy, the white supremacy, even for non-white males. When you try to have these conversations without contextualizing, it falls flat. And also, I just don't give a damn about men enough to be devoting time and energy to them on my channel. I have to deal with them on a day-to-day basis because that's life. I'll be damned if I hold space for them in my personal life as well. I'm just not gonna do it. So if you want to see reaction videos and stitching videos from TikTok and all of that, you won't see that here. Sorry, you just won't. So covered all the do's, don'ts, will, won'ts, maybes. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my world. We're gonna do this. My midlife girlies, those who are rapidly approaching midlife and wonder what life looks like post 30, post 40. We here. This is your space. Let us come together, create a new life, recreate ourselves, reparent ourselves, speak life into ourselves, speak our new existence, speak our dreams into existence, one word, one video, one day at a time. That is why this channel exists. I thank y'all for being here. Thank you for your patience, your understanding. I hope that something I've said has sparked your interest and you will return. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave a heart in the comments so we can show love to ourselves and each other. Thank you. I hope to see you guys again soon. Welcome to the Midlife Alchemist channel. I'm Lakeitra, and I will see you next week. Toodles.